In 2018, I had one hypothesis in my mind. The main difference between a student from one unprivileged background and a student from one wealthy environment, it is the opportunities they have. It is not a drive, motivation, or intelligence, it is the opportunities. But before telling you a little more about this idea, I want to introduce myself. Nice to meet you, my name is Robson Silva, I'm from Brazil, São Paulo, and today I study computer science at Minerva University. And I want to tell you how this hypothesis connects with the skills that I want to develop in the program and also with my long-term goals. With this hypothesis in my mind, I started to thinking about how I could use and share my more than 8 years of experience in robotics Olympiads to help my peers. I only had this opportunity in robotics because I had my scholarship, but my peers raised and were born in the same neighborhood. That was when I made a partnership with a local public school, where I conduct selective process and select 6 students, where I trained during one entire year in mechatronics. These students only needed the opportunity and the resources to compete. In 1 year, without any prior knowledge, they not only won 4 medals, but one of them was of gold, and they was classified as the most innovative team in Brazil. This experience gave me the courage to believe that I could do much more for Brazil and my community. That was when I started to think about many different ideas, many things popped in my head, but now in a higher scale. However, this time and with time, I started to understand that this time I would need a new set of skills. Like, for example, the capacity to create strong architectures and reliable website, the capacity to scale it and to collaborate with a multidisciplinary group of talented people. That's why I started to think that if that 8 years of robotics experience helped me to have this impact in my community, imagine the impact that I will be able to achieve with the next 80 years of experience as a software engineer in a company as Salesforce. Answering the second question, there are 3 ways for me that a company can promote social activism and give support to a community. The first one is giving access to essential information. The second one is helping with employment by connecting talented people from these communities with companies that they do not have access or the rights. And third is using their resources in the most efficient way possible in order to achieve the largest number of people. And a company that for me encompasses all these characteristics is 42. 42 is an institution founded in Paris in 2013 with the mission to create the next generation of software engineers. Without lessons and professors, they use the peer-to-peer methodology. The idea behind this strategy is that for you to create a good software engineer, you need to go beyond the theory and engage in real projects and with diverse people. Therefore, for the students to receive this high-quality course and learn in this environment, they just need an exchange to offer mentorship for students in the same level or a level behind of him. This way, the students learn together, thrive together, and help 42 to grow in a sustainable way, being able to achieve a large number of students with a low budget. For you to have an idea of the impact of 42, there are already almost 20 countries around the world and have active more than 18,000 students. I select 42 because I had the opportunity to visit their campus in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. One of my friends, Gabriel, he was selected to be trained for this software engineering program, and I was really excited with the idea behind it when he was telling me about this structure where each student, they were like contributing and helping with other students learning. Answering the third question, for me, when dealing with a bug, the first step is gain clarity of the problem. I should keep in mind and understand which process is leading to this bug. What exactly my process is intended to do and which specific thing it's failing behind. The next thing is to know how I can solve it. And for me, there are 3 different ways and levels. The first one is using online resources like Google and Stack Overflow. The second one is by talking with close colleagues that maybe know how to solve this problem effectively. And if necessary, I could reach out to a more senior colleague. In both cases that I talk with my teammates, I should keep in mind that their time is valuable and that I should give enough information for us to solve the problem in the quickest way possible. To do that, I divide my strategy in 3 processes based on this clarity reflection. The first thing is given the context and under each circumstance this problem is happening. The second is describing the bug and what I have already done to solve it. And third is to explain my goals and what exactly is the intended outcomes that I want. By doing so and giving all this information, my colleagues can know quickly if they can help me or not. If that's the case, I can solve the bug. If not the case, they can indicate who could help me. In this way, we will solve the problem effectively. Answering the last question, I would divide it between three areas: the past, the present, and the future. Based on my mentor's long experience in the market, I would ask, based on your experience, what are common mistakes that developers are committing today, and which habits I can develop as an intern to avoid them in the future? From this question, I can gain insights of the habits that I can develop early in my career to optimize my results and also avoid to reinvent the wheel. Because if these developers are already tested and we know that it doesn't work, I don't need to commit the same mistake. The second thing that I would learn would be the best practices and the strategies that I could use to stay at the top of the market. My second question would be, as a software engineer, how can you combine the drive to meet deadlines with the passion to deliver quality code and software that is built to last? From this question, I can learn mainly three things. The first one is how to prioritize competitive tasks. The second one, the decision-making process of my mentor. And third, how to navigate the pressure of deadlines without sacrificing quality. Finally, looking to the future, I would ask, as one experienced software engineer, how do you keep thriving in an industry that is constantly changing, always creating new technologies and trends? From this question, I would learn mainly two things. First of all, I would learn the resources that my mentor used to keep you updated. And second, I would learn his learning model behind it. So how he's adapting himself to this environment. And these are my answers for these 4 questions in the process. Thanks so much for the opportunity and hope to see you soon.